Hello, hope everything's going well for you today. During my devotion this morning, I'm reading through the Bible in a year, and I'm in the book of Joshua towards the end. And as I was reading through the book of Joshua, God impressed upon my heart to talk to you today about choices and choices that we make, and how the choices that we make can have consequences, whether they're intended or unintended, meaning things can happen sometimes, and consequences of our choices happen whether we mean them to or not sometimes. I remember back when I was growing up in the fourth grade, I moved to a new town in Connecticut and I got bullied pretty good. I was picked on and made fun of, and I remember being a really traumatic experience. And I remember at that point in my life, I chose never to allow something like that to happen again. And it took some couple of years, but I remember going into high school, I became the bully. I was picking on people, making fun of people, and I was the one being, instead of being bullied, I was the one bullying. And even up until this day, those choices that I made back then still affect me to this day somewhat, because I still sometimes worry about what people think about me, how people see me, whether I'm liked, those kind of things. And I think that all stems back from a choice I made back in the fourth and fifth grade. So I want you to realize today that we make choices every day. We make millions of choices every day. Maybe not millions, but we make a lot of choices every day. From the time we get up in the morning to the time we go to bed, what we're going to eat, what we're going to wear, what we're going to. And a lot of times those choices that we make are just, they come natural. But there's also times in our life when we have to choose what we're going to do or how we're going to do it, and what the consequences of those choices might be. I remember when I joined the Army in 1991, I had a relationship with Jesus Christ. I had chosen to follow Jesus when I was younger, but I remember I chose to throw that all away and really start living the life that I wanted to live and not that God wanted me to live. And I did that for about 8 years. And when I came back, as I told you before, God was there waiting for me with arms wide open, waiting for me to come back into a relationship with Him. I chose to stop doing what I was doing and come back to God. And although that was in 1999, I still deal with some of those consequences of those choices today as well. So what I want you guys to realize is that um, choices have consequences. There are impacts in our life from the choices that we make. And I want to tell you though, that one of the best choice I've ever made in my life was to follow after Jesus, was to enter into a relationship with Him and follow Him. And that's what Joshua is talking about. In Joshua 24, he's about to die. He's taken over from Moses. Joshua is about to die after conquering the land of Canaan. And in Joshua 24, verse 15, it says, "But if it doesn't please you to worship the Lord, choose for yourself today which you will worship, the gods your fathers worshiped beyond the Euphrates River, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. As for me and my family, we will serve the Lord." And Joshua is showing the Israelites that he and his family are going to serve the Lord. That's the choice they're making. And so, my encouragement for you today is to think about some of the choices that we make and how it can affect the people around us. A lot of times, I think we're selfish in our choices and we only think about ourselves. But I encourage you to think about the consequences not only in your life, but the choices that you make and how they affect other people around you. And I also encourage you today is that, more importantly, if you don't have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I ask you to really think about and pray about and choose into a relationship with Jesus, because the choice is up to you. God is not going to force you into a decision, but that decision is up to you. And I encourage you to make that decision to follow after Jesus, to invite Jesus, let Him be Lord of your life, because I guarantee you there will be no bad consequences from that decision. Hope you guys have a great day.